Hello, and welcome back to Transfer Talks, a series. Today's topic is going to be Introduction to Transferring. And pretty much we're just going to go through the basic steps of the transfer process, and we're just going to look deeper into each one and just see what exactly we mean by each of those steps. And it's just going to be an overview of everything you need to know. All right, so we're going to start off with a checklist. So pretty much the first step of any type of process is to do your research. And what we mean by research is researching all of the colleges and universities that are out there or anything that you're interested in. So the best way to go about researching is starting by the programs that you're interested in, looking at the programs and where they're offered, what schools are known for those programs, and the different types of things they can offer for that program. We have over 75 universities in the state of Texas. And there's so many more outside of Texas in the US. So just look at all those universities and what they have to offer. Definitely look at the student body size, average class size, student to faculty ratio, how much it costs to attend, where it's located, and if it offers on or off campus housing. And you just have to find what would be best for you. Large universities are not for everyone. Some students prefer going to small liberal arts schools. It really just depends on you. Not everyone wants that big SEC football school, and some people just want to have just a small environment with smaller class sizes. The next step, after looking at all the universities you may be interested in, just looking at all of the programs they offer, is to review admissions requirements, seeing if they have degree plans online or even transfer guides. You want to find as much information as possible about the minimum transfer requirements, just to see what exactly you need to get in, if there's any extra requirements for the major you're interested in. You really want to find all that information up front because you want to make sure you have that for when it's time to apply. And if there's degree plans or transfer guides online, that can help you figure out classes for the next semester or even for the next year to make sure you're on track for when you transfer. Moving on, the next step you can take is to meet with an advisor to go over all the different options you came up with, or even to see if there's something that you didn't think of before as an option. It'll help you look at the different classes you can take. Different universities have different requirements, and making sure that you are staying on track really is the whole goal of seeing an advisor, to make sure that where you want to end up, you're taking the correct steps to get there. The next step is to meet with a representative or speak with a representative from the university. The representatives, the admissions reps, the advisors at those universities, they're the experts. They know exactly what is required of the programs and the university requirements to get in. They really know about the campus, the traditions, student life. They know about housing. So if you can speak with a representative at that university or college, you're really going to get a good insight of what you need to know for when you attend or even apply there, because they know what to expect. Visit the schools you're considering. It is a great idea to visit the campus. You don't know what it's really like until you step on that campus. You can watch videos, you can see pictures, you can hear from other students, but it's never really, you don't really get to experience until you step on that campus. You're going to be spending the next few years there. Make sure you like the environment, get a chance to be in that environment, just to make sure that you'll enjoy that environment when you're going there, and that it's a place where you can learn and will really help you get to your goals that are after you finish your college education. The next step, which really starts off the formal process of transferring, is applying for admission. Start filling out that application. Find out where that application is, open it up, read it, fill it out. Making sure that you take that first step of actually opening the application and starting that application is the first step to letting the university know, I want to attend your institution and I'm willing to go through all the hurdles that I need to get there. And it's not just the application itself. You have to complete the application by sending your transcripts. If they require resumes or if they require essays, that you complete those too. Many universities require additional things besides just the application. All universities want to see your transcripts. So make sure you're reading the websites, make sure you're keeping up to date on what the requirements are for not just the university, but also the major you're interested in. The major you're interested in may require a portfolio, or they might require additional essays. So make sure you're reading and completing your application. After you complete your application, make sure that you apply for financial aid if you need it, or for housing. Some universities require students to apply for housing after they submit their application, as They may not have enough housing for everyone. So they want to make sure if you want to live on campus, you put in your application to live on campus early enough to secure a space. For financial aid, you want to make sure that you meet the application deadline for financial aid for the university, as well as if you qualify for any scholarships, some universities require that you have your financial aid or FAFSA on file so you can qualify for those scholarships, as some scholarships may be need-based and they need that FAFSA just to make sure that you are eligible for their scholarships. And then once you complete all your applications and you get your decision, you'll get admitted. Make sure you register and attend orientation where you're going to register. If you're living on campus or living around the campus, move in and attend your classes. The most important step of transferring is to accept your admittance by registering and attending orientation. They don't know if you're coming if you don't tell them, yes, I'm coming, I'm going to attend orientation, and I'm going to come for the next semester. So make sure you do that. So you're probably thinking, when should all this stuff be done? Well, right now is the best time to start your transfer process. Even if you're not ready to apply to a university yet, you can start the research process. Research can take a very long time if you don't know where to start. So make sure you start researching now if you want to stay in-state, out-of-state, private schools, or if you want to do public schools. Definitely look into that. Look at the courses you've taken. Have you taken more math classes and you think you might want to major in math or science? Look at everything you've taken. If you know where you want to transfer to, look at degree plans, transfer guides to make sure you're staying on track and you're taking the correct classes. If you really are trying to start off brand new and you don't know what you're doing, visit transfer fairs, information sessions. You can talk to university representatives, visit their campus, find more information, put yourself out there. You don't really know where you're going to end up until you start taking the steps to find that out. The earlier you start in gathering the information, you'll be so much more prepared for when the time comes for you to apply. You'll know what's next, you'll know what to expect, you'll know the minimum requirements, and nothing is brand new. You'll have known like, oh, I need to take this class before I submitted my application. So you just need to make sure you're staying on top of it to make sure that you know you're ready and you won't be as nervous when you're prepared than if you went in blind. So when you start the application, I always recommend to my students that you start as early as possible. Even if you're not going to submit the application until a couple months later, a few weeks later, at least open it up. If you know you're going to apply to that school, open up the application. Just look at it when it first opens because things may have changed from last year. You can go ahead and start filling out the simple stuff like your name or your email, just so you can make sure you have stuff done. You have time to double check it. The more time you give yourself to complete it, the less you're going to rush, the less you're going to miss something. So definitely start as soon as possible and make sure that you follow the deadlines, check the deadlines, make sure you write those deadlines down because applications are rarely accepted after the deadline has passed. So make sure that you submit everything on time by keeping those deadlines clear. And I always tell students, if a deadline says March 1st, you move that deadline up 2 weeks and say the deadline is now in February, because if anything happens, if you have questions, if you're not sure if they received a document, you have over 2 weeks by that point to get it all straightened out before the actual deadline. If you work 2 weeks ahead of that last deadline, you still have time to fix any mistakes, to ask questions, maybe change your mind. If you can change some things on your application, you still have time to do so. So when do you apply? At what point do you know, like, okay, I'm ready to apply to the university? Well, first things first, when do you want to be at that university? Figure out what semester you want to transfer. It depends on when you want to be there is when you apply. Usually in the spring, you'll apply in the fall semester. So if you want to transfer in the spring, you'll start your application and complete your application in the fall. Usually around November 1st is when you really want to get those transcripts and applications in. Now, if you want to transfer in the fall, usually you'll complete your application in the spring. I would say around March 1st, that would be a good deadline to really keep in mind. But again, you need to be checking the university websites on what they require. For summer transfers, it depends on the university and the program. Not every university and not every program will accept students in the summer, but you definitely want to look at the application being completed or started in January, February. And you're probably thinking, well, if the application is due November and March, that doesn't give me a chance to complete my fall or spring semester. And that's correct. You'll be sending in your transcript before that the semester is over, but usually University, most of the time, if you're looking for a specific program, you'll complete the prerequisites for that program the semester before or in that semester, and universities recognize that. You will still have to submit a final transcript, and that will confirm whether they're going to admit you or not, but that you will have your final transcript. So if you do have any prerequisites, you have until the end of the semester, unless it says on the website or if the university representative says that the course has to be complete or you have to have a certain GPA prior to transferring. Usually they will look at your new transcript. So don't worry about that. If you've not met the minimum requirements, your final transcript will most likely be required to go into that program. So you will have a chance to submit your final transcript. Just make sure you submit your transcript by the deadline. And then university websites, the biggest thing you should be checking is the university website. It is the holy grail of admissions and just anything. All admissions requirements are there, all the programs are there, contact information for all of the admissions representatives or how to contact someone. Usually there's general information about the university, videos, pictures, everything is there to learn more about the campus. They want students to apply, so they're going to put all that information on their website. And it's always updated. University websites are constantly updated. So if there's a change, the website's going to reflect all the new changes rather than a booklet that they may have given you with the information. So make sure you should always check the website first. If you have a general question, the website is always the first place you want to check. Why is this the best? Why is this the best thing to check? Because university websites will have all the information. They will have the deadlines, the requirements. They will have everything on there, and it saves you time to check the website first instead of reaching out to someone, because usually if you contact someone, they'll just go to the website and find that information on there and refer you back to the website. You can save so much time with general questions by checking the website first. So that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much all that we have today for the overview of the transfer process. This is just a brief overview of everything. And next time we're going to go through transfer guides and what exactly are they. So how do you use them? What do you do for transfer guides? So just make sure you stay tuned for the next topic, which is transfer guides. And thank you for watching.